We're going to work on this little circle bed that is planted with spring onions. See, they come up, they divide and they come up in little clumps. This one here has 3. Look at that nice root system on it. Healthy plants. That's the smallest one. We'll harvest that one. I'll put 2 of them in here. Pretty good. These are onion babilles that I must not have saw last year. These are real small ones. I'll go ahead and plant them around this little batch of elderberry cuttings that I stuck in the ground. Keep that one. See me way down here? Close to being done with this one already. Doesn't take long. I don't have that large of a backyard, so it doesn't take long to do this. If you only got a garden that's only 15 square feet or something, it won't even take you half an hour a week. And that's really taking care of it, looking at it a lot. Gardening really isn't that tough. The worst part about gardening is it takes away from your Facebook time. Yeah. That's like the end of the world for some people, I think. So I'll show you how I've been selecting them here now since I started going on it. And here we have a bunch that's got 3 stems divided into 3. So I'm going to pull them apart. I'm trying to do it gently. Just don't want to rip them. So that one's got some good roots. I'll replant that. This is actually all three of them have good roots. So I'll replant those, but then when I've been tearing some of them apart, you can see like some of them only have a couple of roots. And those are the ones I'm keeping for eating. And the ones that are smaller. That's how I started dividing it up into. Bed is finished. See, they're all separated out, pretty much evenly planted around the bed. The short stalked onions, those came from up north, and then the longer ones are ones I divided right here. Okay, in the center, those are elderberries being rooted, and more from up north on the opposite side. And then these are going to be harvested, as well as these garlic mustards. And there's a lot of leaves on garlic mustards. Just look at that. It's a lot of food right there. Alright, now we got to do the next one. I'll shut the camera off, save some battery for this one. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. This bucket now has the garlic mustard in it, and I've got a bunch of small little onions that I'm going to transplant up closer to the house. And then I have these back here I'm going to clean right now. And that's going to be for dinner tonight. I got a knife that I always keep back here. It's got a fiberglass handle so it isn't going to rot. Last leaf. That it's connected to that outer sheath. Grab that outer sheath and peel it off of there. Sometimes there's no outer stem, outer leaf. If you come up to the very top one, you'll find it. It's not apparent until you look up the stem. Like this one, it's more apparent because it's right on the bottom of a cluster of stems. How many calories I'm going to gain from these onions, I'm not sure. I'm not counting this in calories, not vegetables. Calories are more in the nuts and the meats that I'm eating. What I'm looking at here is nutrients. All these vegetables has a different nutrient arrangement, and that's why you want to eat a diverse diet. Mother would have told that to you. You have to eat a diverse diet. My mother told me that. You know, that one I kind of broke the stem off, so then I'll just get my fingernail in here. Get that fingernail in there and just kind of separate it out. And then it comes off. Since I'm doing it right out here, I can just drop all the discarded green matter and root matter right on the ground right here. Critters will grab it, utilize it. Soil critters. Let's come over here once. Come over, put the camera opposite the sun. Get a little better view of it as I'm looking at it. Yeah, this is pretty simple stuff. Really only have to show you once. But I guess there's nothing else going on right now. People Well, here's a cluster of 3 little ones. So I'm just going to take the roots off all at once, all 3. So there's 5 of them in this batch. Yummy. Looks so good. I'm going to eat it right now. Yeah. Very sweet this time of year. Yeah. This is a spring onion, and I'm going to eat it right out here in the field. I just peeled the other sheath off. That took most of the dirt, and the rest of it's going to go in my stomach. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. Watch my YouTube channel. You probably have, because I've done it before. Okay, time to walk up to the house. It almost looks like a little pawpaw right here. So here's my bucket with the completed onions. I'm going to serve for a lunch and breakfast tomorrow. And that's what I think might be a little pawpaw. I planted a bunch in here that I thought died, so maybe that's one that's coming back from the dead. That happens to them, you know. You never know. They die back for 2-3 years in a row, and all of a sudden, choop, up they go. Okay, that's enough. Talk to you later. Here's a nice display of onions. There's the picture. This is the final entry. Here are all the little bitty onions that I harvested out of those 2 circle beds in the back, and I replanted them here underneath a American hazelnut. You can see there's some catkins right here. So they'll be in the shade, and because they're their small size, I'm pretty sure they're going to stay palatable into June. Normally, these, here's some onions here that I planted. It's the same family of onions, spring onions from my grandma. Well, normally at the end of May they start getting pretty hot and they start getting stringy and tough. And at some point they're just not palatable at all in the summer. And then there's a window in October just before everything freezes up. You can harvest the bulbs. They're really hot, but then they become a little more tender again. So now with these being so small, they're way behind in the growth cycle, plus they're in the shade. They're going to be in the shade from probably 11 o'clock all the way until night. So they're just going to get some morning sun. Because of that, I believe they're going to stay tender well into June, maybe till the end of June. And that's when I'll pick them in June and harvest them and eat them. Alright. Thanks for watching.